I'm just looking around and like it's just the fellas here. Can I ask a question to the fellas real quick?
Go brother, you're in the right place.
So you're with your girl, right?
Okay, you lost me.
But
That's
real,
where you lost me.
But for real though.
Nah, no, I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. You're trying to be. You're trying.
I
to
actually
be
do
real
have
with
a
us.
question. So you're with your girl.
Okay.
It starts to get a little hot and heavy, and like it's like starting to go down. A little
I'm
bit,
not
you know
gonna
what I mean?
say you lost me, like because I know that.
Thank you, because I really
last
do
time.
like. Yeah, I really just.
You
like,
felt
for
that
real.
he was a little
if we
bit
could actually
frustrated
talk,
when I did that.
If we could actually talk,
It's
about
a good
this for real.
opportunity to do it, but go ahead.
Yeah, so you're with your girl, and it's like starting to get a little hot and heavy.
Yeah.
And you're starting to do your thing a little bit, and you just kind of like spin it like that, and like just kind of like twist it around a little bit
Yeah,
like that.
slap it like this.
You play and bop it.
You bop. Yes, yeah, you bop it a little bit.
Yeah.
Just a tiny, tiny bop. And
The littlest bop, you kind of flip it over, you work on it.
And then she starts telling you.
That's really his. Yeah. She starts telling you.
You're with your girl. She starts telling you to freak her blazunkus.
Oh.
What do you do?
Yeah.
I'm kind of indifferent
we've all run
to
into
the
this.
blazunkus.
We've all run into this where at sort of the moment of truth, right? Because what we're talking about is we're probably a couple minutes in. I've finished twice already.
Yeah,
so
right.
Somebody telling me to freak their blazunkus when I'm like,
and I'm still busy.
ready to go to bed.
I'm still busying myself, but like it.
Yeah, I'm kind of flopping around a little bit still.
But I also
so
you sound like you know what it is, because I didn't know what it was, and I still don't. That's kind of what I'm asking.
You got a
about.
non-opinion on the blazunkus.
You're indifferent to it. You also sound like you know what it is.
Well, I'm never like aware of it in the moment. I'm kind of being present, so I'm never being like, "Oh, the blazunkus."
That's
like
the
we gotta.
blazunkus.
But
get
it
to
sounds
what I
like
do.
you. But talking about it now,
It means something to you because
I can get to it, but I'm never like.
but what?
Trying to
but
be
again,
there.
but the way you're talking about it sounds like you know what it is.
you have some concept
And
of
so
it.
what is it? So because I wasn't sure if she had said free Mike Blazunkus.
Yeah,
Which we should do.
That's that. But why are we talking about this now?
I think he
that I'm
deserves
on the same page with.
I think he deserves a presidential pardon, Mike Blazunkus.
Mike Blazunkus.
That's a wrong place, wrong time kind of thing.
I'm out there at City Hall. I had the sign.
But what I do, Hayes, and you can use this, and I don't think it's going to help as much as whatever Gavin can do for you, is I go like, oh, no way I give you that much pleasure.
Okay.
Like, because I then
Okay, free your girl.
try to turn it into some kind of like,
Yeah.
it's like a playful,
We might have to go to
like,
City Hall and free Sean's girl.
Free Sean's girl. Free the mother of his children.
I go, freak your own Blazunkus. I want to watch.
Damn.
Now that's good.
Yes.
That's cool.
Or I could say, like, at least motion towards it. I want to watch you at least motion towards where it is.
Yeah. I go,
That's my thing. Is
Oh,
I
because
go,
you're not
oh.
kind of you don't actually know what it is. So
no,
when
see,
she asks
okay,
you to
so-
do that, you're kind of like,
Thank
oh,
you.
I know what
yeah,
that is.
So I'm sorry. I
you're kind of
thought I
fumbling.
explained that pretty clearly. But you do seem to know what
I
it
was
is.
getting that.
a guy like me, definitely, yeah.
So my question was like,
A guy like
even
me knows what that is.
even just a basic.
I can
Is it
feel
a
that.
part? Is it something else that I have to go get?
It's almost like mantra-esque, like like you can feel it and you know it.
Okay,
but
and this is
and
that
it's
David
there.
Lynch
Yeah.
TM thing. You
Yeah,
guys
it's
are
David
fucking
Lynch kind
everywhere.
of getting down with your girl kind of style.
I'll just be trying to talk to someone that like the David Lynch TM stuff will come up.
I know.
It sounds fine, but it's just like
I'm not going to tell you my mantra. I tried to guess someone's mantra once. They got fucking pissed.
Well, you shouldn't
What did
do
you
that.
guess?
I guessed. Well, I guessed twice, and that was when they really got mad. My first guess was like, "Oh, let me guess. It's Zomzo." They were like, "No, it's not Zomzo," and I was like, "Oh, then it must be Bimidoo."
And then they got mad.
And they were like, "Just don't
So
which
it
means
sounds
I
like you
got
got
it
really
right.
close. You
Yeah.
either
They were
you
like,
either
"Just
got
don't-
it exactly
this is my
right,
thing."
or you were getting really, really
I
close.
was getting so close that they were like, if
You were
he
gonna
has
get
one
it on
more
the next
guess,
one,
yeah.
probably.
when I'm in LA and I'm guessing mantras, it's you kind of just go for the zip zap.
So
bop.
who are you? Sorry.
Yeah, thank you, because I was actually trying to enjoy the conversation with the fellas, and
It's
I'm
just-
starting to get.
Oh, you realize I maybe wasn't one of the fellas.
I saw. I look. I don't know. I thought you were one of the fellas. The way you talk about the Blazonkas, it seems like you get down, but I don't know who this is.
Yes, and that's fine. That doesn't bother me. I don't know
care.
who the fuck you are.
Hey, we got to
But-
do a show. So
Yes, and like this is actually
yep,
back to our roots a little bit.
yep.
Having someone
All the time, we'd get somebody booked, and we'd just
just
go
kind of
like,
fall
"All
off
right."
the turnip truck.
Yeah.
Oh, well, let me just say, like, if you knew like Blazonkus and stuff like that, you would probably be on the same level to where you would know who I
Okay,
was.
but we're not talking about that anymore.
So you're
You
like,
know what I mean?
That's
But
what we
I do
talked
think
about
it is a
at the
perfect
beginning.
analogy.
We're not discussing it anymore.
That's
Okay, we're
over.
moving on. I'm good.
Who are you? What is it that you do?
yeah. How did we kind of end up here?
I kind of do a little bit of everything, but on a level that
Okay.
maybe you wouldn't
Oh my
know
God,
it
this
yet.
This actually is the Blazonkas thing. all
Well, I
over
thought it
again.
was just
Yeah,
cool to
he's
be
right.
on just you guys kind of breaking another underground artist.
So that is cool. That is a cool thing to do. People come in here, they fall off the turnip truck. They are just like posting their shit, and they're just like wandering into meetings, and they're making a list here and there.
Yeah, they're hustling, I guess.
I've been on a list.
What list were you on?
Mm-hmm.
Not the vulture list.
Tell me it's not the vulture list.
I didn't
okay?
ask to be on it. They didn't really give me a choice in
Oh.
the matter, you know?
Kevin, can you turn my headphones down? This vulture list guy is.
Are you one of
mean-
these should and will guys?
Would and no.
Huh?
Should and yeah, could and will.
Could
and
and-
have.
Could and have no.
The-
Comedians, you could and
and
have
have
no.
Every press is bad press.
I'm starting to wonder about that myself.
It was a little too mainstream for me to honestly want to be on.
Okay,
But
because you're an underground artist.
I'm kind of underground.
like the
I'm
turnip.
Yeah, like a
No
turn-
wonder
It is
you ended
like
up
the
at the turnip
turnip.
truck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They dug you out with a trowel.
What about this for a saying? And this would be like if I worked in a factory or something. All press is drill press.
Uh-huh.
Could that be
That's a
something
part,
that
too.
people say?
Drill press, I
At
know
the factory for sure.
about with your girl.
Right?
What is your name?
Gavin.
Gavin. Gavin? Are we just doing the
Gavin Matz.
Gavin
Oh,
Matz?
no,
Matz.
Gavin
Okay.
isn't a cool
We'll
enough
take
name
the-
to have a no
Gavin
last name.
Matz.
Well, it's
I know
just-
that.
We've
Gavin
already got
Matz.
it. We've already got a pretty big Gavin.
Which one?
Rossdale.
DeGraw.
Gavin Matz. Having gats.
I've heard them all.
You've heard that one? You've heard having gats?
I heard that.
What other one did you hear?
Mavin Fats.
Why did you hear that?
Someone said it,
Mavin.
Mavin.
Fats.
and I'm an
Fats.
active listener.
And now he's thinking, and he's going to give you one that you haven't heard.
Mm-hmm. It's got to be really absurd because
Probably.
I have to kind of go away from all of the typical minds that you've encountered and come up with something that's truly crazy. Gavin Batts.
Oh, that was too crazy. That was one of the crazier ones I have heard. You're right. You're not a typical mind.
Yeah.
I am happy to be here. I don't know how I ended up here, like you were saying, but
Who else was on the vulture list for that year? What year was this, please?
2024.
Okay, thank God.
Yeah, it was
Okay.
recent.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm not holding on to that credit.
Okay.
I'd let it go next year.
Well,
they're gonna-
we were on
they're-
a vulture
they're gonna
list
make
like
you be
8
on it
years
again
ago.
next
We
year.
talk about it. Yeah.
Malik Alassal. He was on it.
But
Not
we don't.
even
but
touching that.
Emil Wakim. 2 friends.
neither of them are here, though.
They're as one, or they're just friends with each other, and they got.
Well,
to be on
I'm
the
also
list?
I'm also friends
You're
with
friends
them.
with
You
them,
know, that I
too.
would say they're one of the fellas if I
Holy
was around them.
fucking shit.
Talk about having friends.
it's nice and they live near me, and
Yeah.
that brings me a lot of peace.
Okay.
So you're out there. You're doing what? You're doing all different things. Come
Yeah,
on,
a little bit of
Gavin.
everything. Gavin, can just.
I
say
mean,
what
I'm
you're
kind of
doing.
like a stand-up kind
You're a
of purist,
stand-up.
but I also
Okay.
write and I do some acting.
Okay.
Mhm.
And
Okay.
what is it about just like standing there and talking about your little things that makes you all think that you can inhabit some other character?
Mm.
What is it about that caused that to occur to you? Hey, I go up and I'm just me every night
I'm
doing
me
my
and
stuff.
I tell my little stories.
Yeah. I can go
Guess
now be anyone else because I'm just going up and I'm just doing.
I know I have a
Me
right.
every
I have
night.
a inalienable right to be whatever I want.
Oh, I'm kind of aiming to just kind of play myself.
Do you see? Okay.
Okay. All right.
And I
Like-
just sort of wonder how you would.
So what? So this is what it is, though, Hayes. If I could say it, is you're standing up there doing your little thing, and you're going, "This should be a TV and movies."
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, what I'm doing right now.
Oh,
It
is
should
I
all
actually
come to
didn't
me.
think that. I never actually thought that.
You
I
say
just
you want to play yourself. in the
TV and
thing.
movies
well
should
because
just
I
come
see
to me.
I see
and-
other people playing themselves, and I say, well, that I don't know how I feel about them.
Oh well.
You see other people just playing themselves. You're like,
let's
I could
dish,
play
man.
myself.
I just
Talk
sort
your
of wonder
shit.
how
Who-
you would
who's
feel
playing
if,
themselves
if
that you don't feel
Octavia
good about?
Spencer.
William Fritzner.
Yeah, great. If William Fritzner showed up playing himself, you obviously haven't met him. He shows up to the scum hole or wherever you perform,
Mm-hmm.
and he does a drop in, and he comes in and he does you.
I would love to see that.
He does Gavin. He performs Gavin Matz.
He's up there doing bits and goofs.
Is that what you do?
Kind of thoughts. Kind of just like not well thought out
Sounds
thoughts
so
that
bad.
don't go anywhere.
It sounds so.
It sounds
unbelievable.
terrible.
No,
to me,
it's
but
classic.
This is what I
It's
could
I'm a
and have
classic
known.
purist stand-up.
Okay, so you're feeling like it's not the stand-up is just a way to break into other forms of performing. It's not gonna be stand-up.
It's
in the
something of a
long
Trojan
term.
horse, is it?
It's a little bit of a Trojan horse.
It's a bit of a Trojan
It's
horse.
a little bit of
Gavin.
a Trojan horse. But I actually never thought about doing anything else. I was kind of just like, oh, I'm gonna do stand-up when I started to do it.
Mhm.
Okay,
And then
Yeah.
and then you
like
eventually
the Vulture
realized,
list, people demanded that you do other things. Just the force of your.
and I didn't want to even be on that
you
list.
didn't want to do any of it.
No, of course not.
Okay, that's actually
Is-
fucking
that's actually
baller.
so
I kind
fucking
of just want to
cool.
stay and just do stand-up and
Okay,
Is that what
fucking
happens?
kicks
Because
ass.
I'm out here. I've been like, I was like,
Wanting.
let me try.
Yes.
I want stuff. Let me
Wanting
try to get it.
and
And I keep meeting people like you who are like, oh, I fell ass backwards into it. I just having a half thought, and then everybody's like, want to be on the movie show?
Yeah.
And
And my thing is basically going into meetings and panting.
mhm.
and how does that work? How does that kind of go? If I'm the executive, what does that look like?
You want to be the executive? I was going to be the executive.
But this again.
I could be the
Okay, well, let him
assistant.
be the executive. No,
this
you be
big
the executive.
actor here.
Hayes, you be Hayes.
I could be
Okay.
anything. You know what I mean?
This
Yeah.
guy's an
I'm
incredible.
a character
performer.
actor, but I only do one character.
Okay, so this will be Hayes.
So that is actually what they should be called, characters actor.
characters actors would be the better. Yeah, characters actor.
You are a character actor.
Yeah,
Okay.
character
And it's just
actor
you.
is just one.
I don't even know
is-
myself sometimes.
I mean, this is The View all
Okay.
over again.
This is it always comes back to that, doesn't it?
We just always end up back talking about The View, which should really be called
Should be called the
Views.
views. Okay.
It should be called The Views because they actually have multiple people on there and they don't really align all the time.
A lot of stuff is like that.
You
I'm
know.
not afraid it shouldn't be called Good Mornings America.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, it should be called Good Mornings America. And it should be called Americans Got Talents. Cuz it's not just America's Got Talent.
No,
It's
it's
American.
not America as an
Got-
entity.
Yeah, because it's not
Americans Got
every
Talents.
American doesn't have a talent.
And it's not one talent either.
No.
Americans got talents.
Sometimes they're spinning things on fingers and toes.
hmm
Okay, in this panting.
And who are you again?
Well, I was hoping someone could help me with that because we got already
You could be the
executive there.
someone For me, when I go into the meetings, the water is a big part of it. The offering the water. So like
Okay.
someone is gonna have to like be having the water.
But that's
conversation
happening in
with
the
me.
waiting room, no?
It's extending into the meeting.
Okay, so
for
I'll
sure.
be in
And you
the
have to,
waiting
like, sort
room.
of usher
I'll be in
me
the waiting room. You're not in yet because he's got to come in to see you. So, Hayes, you come into the lobby.
Yeah.
All right. And I'm here. And then I'm going to bring you in to see Mr. Gavin.
Okay. Hey, I'm here to see Mr. Gavin, the executive.
Oh, sorry. So, who are you? Can I have your name?
I'm Hayes Davenport. I do a bunch of different stuff. I write. I also perform. I'm a podcaster.
Okay, I'll
I can
let
do
Mr.
stand-up.
Gavin
I
know
love
you're here.
to act.
Okay, have a seat. You can have a seat. I'll let Mr. Gavin know you're here. Can I get you a water or anything
That would
to
be
drink?
amazing. Yeah, thank you so much. If I could have it. Do you have it right now? Do you have any more? Because I did. Thank you for giving me the water. I was panting so much it just kind of slid right off my tongue,
Okay,
like a slide, like a water slide.
Okay, Mr. Gavin will see you now.
And then it's lights out for me in the lobby. When you're panting like that, even doing it right now.
Well, what you know is, as I'm taking you in to see Mr. Gavin, I have sent a signal already to Mr. Gavin.
Okay.
As the person in the lobby.
Yeah.
I'm actually sending a signal to his screen, and I'm letting him know this guy pants too much.
Hey, it's
The traveling
I'm Gavin
pants, that's
Batts.
me.
Is my 10:30 p.m. here? I don't know how late these meetings go.
Yeah,
Okay, because you're an underground guy. Like,
Yeah,
you're doing
yeah,
basically the skeeby-jeebies of meetings.
Yeah,
Like,
I'm going
after
to-
the rest of the town goes to sleep.
I'm at Vice Underground. I'm at Vice
Underground.
TV.
Jesus Christ.
I'm at Vice TV. I'm saying, what kind of documentary series could we do?
You know what
But-
that should be called?
What?
First of all, it should be called Vices.
And TVs.
And secondly, why don't we call it Advice?
Advice.
Right?
Wow, you kind of cooked. You cooked with that.
I ate.
Yeah, you cooked and you ate that.
I cooked and
And
I
just
ate.
while we're
You
here,
might get.
it should be Gavin Matt.
Yeah, there's only
Just
one.
while we're here.
You're not wrong.
I'm
And
guilty
I've
of
gotta
it
get to
myself.
you.
I was,
Yeah.
point.
I was
I-
thinking maybe
do
we put
have
an
to-
apostrophe in between the T and the S, because maybe Matt belongs to me.
Well, no. That's
No,
not, that's not what
because
that
that
would mean at
be
all.
possessive.
Not
in
one,
favor of
not
that.
one bit is what that would mean.
It could be Gavin's Matt.
You're right.
Mm-hmm.
There was
That's
no
long-
question
that's
of
long
whether
division.
you don't even have to say you're right.
What
There
am
was
I-
never any question of who was right and wrong in that scenario.
It was up in the air.
But it used to be you go into these meetings and they'd want to see panting. They want to see a hustler. They don't want to see that anymore. I think this type of energy, this underground energy,
You don't need it.
is more what they're looking for.
When
I
I
don't even ask for water.
When I was growing up, Stifler was doing push-ups in the waiting room
Yeah.
of the audition,
Yeah.
and that's how he got the job.
Mm-hmm.
Whoa.
This guy's doing push-ups in the waiting room. He's got to be Stifler's. Now, what happens is you'd be better off being asleep, which I think Stifler also is at this point.
Mm-hmm.
But you'd be better off being asleep in the waiting room, which is basically what the energy I'm feeling from you.
You go down, lie on the couch energy from me.
That's what I'm getting. Yeah.
I thought the waiting room was dead.
So there's no waiting room anymore.
I kind of just walk in right in time, and I
God
make
damn.
sure that I don't have to sit anywhere. I'm not
And
here to hang out with who's this
Okay.
person
This
developing.
guy's
So you're talking about these meetings. What are they? Are they circling any particular type of projects?
I haven't
like,
gotten one in a while, so just let
for
me know
you,
what
like
happens
what
in
are
there.
we like what are we meeting on?
Yeah.
Just kind of like, I got like 6 things, 1 sheets.
Let me see if I have any meetings coming up.
You have 6 things. And more than one of them is a one sheet.
You got multiple
How
one
many?
sheets.
Since there are 6 of them.
That's my issue. I have 1 6-sheet.
I have a half sheet too.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you have maybe 2 1-sheets and 1 half-sheet.
Yeah, and they're all kind of like maybe this person and me.
Okay, right.
Maybe me. Timothy
Oh, you got some
Simons.
creative
So you're
pairings.
glomming.
Yeah, I'm kind of
Tim
trying to.
Simons, did you say?
Yeah, I'm like,
Tim
who
Simons.
works well with me?
Do you know?
and
Let's
me.
call him.
You know Tim Simons?
Not at all, but I just think we would kind of
Let's
bounce
get-
off each other.
let's call him.
Let's get him in here. We can at least leave a voicemail.
Yeah.
It's me, Tim Simons. We work at a repossession company. We repossess stuff, not just cars.
That's getting ahead of what their question is going to be. Oh, well, just cars?
Exactly.
No, ma'am.
No, sometimes jewelry, anything like a
Hi,
debt.
Tim Simons. Please leave a message.
Hey, Tim. Hey, Tim. It's Sean Clements. Sorry to leave you a voicemail like this. I know people feel they're intrusive. I'm recording the podcast. I'm here with a stand-up named Gavin Matz.
Pretty underground.
He's kind of an underground artist, but he was on Vulture's list of comedians you could and have known. And we were asking him like what he's up to, what's next, and he was saying that he had some creative pairings for different TV shows he was pitching. And one of them was him with you.
He's
Kind of pulled your
basically-
name. I don't know if it was comedic that he pulled your name out of the air, but he said your name, so I figured I'd call you up. What
See if
was
you've heard about
was it a
this.
repo company?
He's
or-
kind
Yeah,
of
it's-
been dropping
it's
your
me-
name around town like Johnny Appleseed.
Yeah, me and you, we just repost stuff, but
Okay,
it's scripted. It's narrative.
it's a narrative show. It's scripted. You
I have a
say-
half sheet,
Is it serialized? Heavily serialized?
heavily serialized.
So he's got a half
arcs.
sheet on
That
it.
means it's got marshmallows in it.
So anyway, I mean, I know you're busy, obviously, but this seems like a big opportunity for maybe all of us. So, give me a call back whenever. Love you.
See, things like that just work out for me. I didn't know.
And
the
in
guy-
what sense did that you end up getting a voicemail in their phone?
Yeah,
You just start talking. That's manifestation, right?
yeah,
You just
manifestation.
start saying their name, and
Voicemails are the original manifestation.
now you're
so
inside their phone.
Call me back. They did
Who did?
when you leave a voicemail.
Well, yeah, I mean, I'm hoping that we do get that call back. Could be pretty big. I mean, he's on a big show right now. You seen this? Nobody Wants This.
But that's already out, so he's looking probably for other things. He's a hustler.
Yeah,
That's-
they're gonna do another season of it.
Oh,
But I think it could be great.
He's
for you.
confused because that's what they wrote on his one sheet.
Well, I was gonna say, yeah, that title really could have gone the other way, but man, it's gotta feel so good that nobody used it against him.
mm-hmm.
So, Gavin, you are. It sounds like the direction you're going. We're talking about Netflix is more of the Gillis maneuver, right? Just like if you're repo guys that get their hands dirty,
Mm-hmm.
work in the shop.
A little bit of a blue collar
Yes.
philosopher. Yeah.
You hadn't thought of that
It's feeling
at
like
all.
no.
You honestly went in and pitched that, and you did not.
You were
see
saying
that as
me as a repo guy.
you didn't see that as a comp.
Yeah,
Me
but
as
I'm kind of woke. You know
me
what
as a
I mean? And
stand-up-
he and Tim is like not woke,
Okay.
and I'm woke.
Oh, in the show you're
So-
woke, and Tim
so
is
we
like,
kind of have these like super crazy like Carmichael show level conversations.
So that's your
About
comp is
race
the Carmichael.
and-
Carmichael.
and
Your name as
Gay
a repo
rights.
guy could be Carmichael.
yeah,
Yeah. Well, is
And
it?
it's
But
not
they're
the
not
only-
just
but it's
repoing
not-
cars.
but it's not just cars.
Okay. It's just
Well, that's interesting. Like, what does the
just
non-woke guy
deflecting
say
success at every turn, just shooing it away.
as you go to repo?
The
like,
Carmichael show. No thanks.
No, it can be Carmichael show, and then in brackets,
What's your
not
title?
just cars.
What's your title?
It's untitled Gavin Matt's project,
that's exciting to me.
and that's exciting to a lot of people that have seen the Vulture list.
What if you went to repo like a doll collection, something like this. And then the woke guy is going like, I think it's good that this adult man has all these dolls.
Mhm.
You know what I
Oh.
mean? But then the Tim Simons character is like, no, it's bad.
Yeah, and then maybe the guy has like a doll that's like a different race than he is. And
Well, that's
kind of-
what,
Okay.
That's what obviously ends up happening.
This is-
the doll collection. The woke guy said it was good, but they're probably gonna be Asian dolls. They're just like if the show is happening.
and now you're like fetish. Yeah, could we actually cut all this stuff so that I can use that?
So
No one's gonna hear it, Gavin.
Okay.
The show has a baseline of like a small number of listeners, and then when we have a guest that even we haven't heard of, there's actually a dip.
Really? Oh, because I was hoping to get maybe like 30 to 50 followers from this.
we end up incurring like a listener debt that we have to pay
Yeah.
off in the next episode. We dig a little hole for ourselves.
Oh,
If you
need
look
a
at the
like the
graphs, there's like this low number of listeners, and then when the dip happens,
We got to make that up.
yeah, we actually owe listeners.
Oh, Kevin didn't mention any graph. I wouldn't have brought anything anyway, or maybe looked at it, but it would have been good to know about. But I am sorry about that.
It's fun. It's
We
what
can, I mean,
you know.
as long as we make our nut at the end of the day, like we're good. And so if we're talking about projects, if we're talking about like what we can kind of stand up out of this conversation, we're always looking for the next Seinfeld, right?
Yeah,
And
Mm.
so
there hasn't been one for quite
Since
some
Mulaney.
time. Yeah,
On NBC's.
and I think it's always a
Should be
question of like
NBC's.
of assembling the crew, right? Should be ABC's.
Right? They have multiple kind of channels you can go to.
Uh-huh.
You could watch SNL early. You know what I mean?
And they should trade it with the song. That should be Now I Know My ABC.
Can we talk about this?
That's just one.
The number of apps that NBC has is like there's an NBC app, there's an NBC Sports app.
hmm
I think there's a third one.
Peacock.
But hang on.
Oh, sorry.
Jesus.
What I'm getting to is the NBC app. What
do
is
you
the
do this? You're stand up.
pull this up? The NBC app. What is the image? It's the colorful peacock feathers. The NBC Sports app. It just says sports and like sort of a script writing, and it says NBC above, and it's got the peacock feathers. Then they have one app that's called Peacock. What's the image? The word peacock and 4 dots. This is a graphic design fucking faceplant. This is one of the biggest failures in visual branding of our lifetimes. They have the peacock symbol on all their other apps.
Terrible.
The NBC logo and then peacock. That's so fucking stupid.
It's 6
I
dots.
constantly
So maybe
don't
they heard
find
your
it.
note and they were like, okay, we'll add more dots.
That's not right.
Jesus.
Put the fucking feathers on it. That's a fucking picture of a peacock on the NBC logo. It's such a hardcore fail. Gavin, can you fix this in one of these meetings you walk into?
Yeah, I mean, since I don't really, I guess, slowly learning from like kind of Hayes' criticism is that I don't really have anything to give to people, so maybe I can help on the graphic
Well,
design
yeah,
end.
walk in and go like, hey, you think you're here to help me? I'm actually here to help you. I'm going to save this company.
Yeah. I go in, I talk to Lorne Michaels. I
Yeah.
break into 30 Rock. I go up there.
Gavin,
Yeah. And it's kind of like, hey, show about nothing, right? One of the biggest shows ever. You're looking at nothing right here.
it doesn't get less than this.
And that could hit for some people.
Right?
Oh my God.
You could trick.
But it's really about assembling the crew, isn't it? So we got Tim Simons locked up.
He's locked in.
Tim's in. Let me try to call him again.
And I could see him, exuding a little bit of a Mike Richards down the hall.
It's ringing.
It didn't ring last time.
I know.
This is how bad of guest I am. You made
So
two.
we have to call other guests.
Yeah.
Hi, you've reached Tim Simons. Please leave a message.
No, we haven't.
Maybe
Hey, Tim, Sean Clements again. I just saw that you didn't answer last time, and I was wondering if that was maybe a mistake. Anyway, still doing the show. Gavin has an interesting pitch. I know you don't know him, but so he would be woke, you wouldn't be. And then, remember how Seinfeld was a show about nothing? I think his pitch is kind of like this show could be about less than nothing. Like it might not even be on. I mean, call me back. I love you.
Yeah, and maybe there's an episode where like we're not even there. Like it's just kind of like the set kind of filmed.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe a wind breeze.
Well, what if we're just following other characters?
Oh, I like that.
Master of some.
Why don't we
High
give some of
maintenance.
these other characters
Master of
Low
some.
maintenance.
Low maintenance. Low maintenance. Master of some. Seinfeld.
But who are these other characters? I mean, like all you've mentioned is Tim Simons.
Love Tim Simons.
You talk about your other, like your
really makes me laugh.
you talk about the fellas.
I like having two tall white guys on the show.
He's
else?
a little taller though, which is nice because then it kind
That's
of
good for
puts up
you.
in the air how tall is this guy?
Wait, is this guy shorter or is Tim just really tall?
Yeah, exactly.
Who are these other fellas?
The fellas are in there?
Maybe Conan runs a cafe.
Oh my god!
If we want to go the tall route.
Okay, let me call Conan too.
Conan runs a cafe, and you're repo guys, and you're going to a cafe.
Well, it's like a classic cafe, and Conan has a Boston
What do
accent.
you mean, a classic cafe?
It's like
What are you talking? What are you talking?
It's a
about?
classic
I don't know, we're
cafe
just
and
gonna-
Conan has a Boston accent. I don't know why I keep getting sold on this. Like I know it's not a good idea, but for some reason I want to see it.
What distinguishes it a cafe from a classic cafe that repo guys are going to the classic cafe?
well, because the barista,
mm-hmm.
played by Conan, also owner
he
barista,
owns it,
Boston
but yeah,
accent.
he's- okay.
That makes it classic. The
Okay.
accent. It's not like some millennial making me a matcha latte.
It's not
It's-
a fancy French cafe.
Yeah, it's
right?
Conan and he's giving you coffee black
Okay.
and it's Boston accent.
Okay.
It's the kind of cafe where it feels like they might have crossed out Tyria on the end of it.
Yeah, and they have jokes on the bathroom door,
What are they?
like gender jokes, which my character obviously not okay with because I'm like all gender should
He
be.
has to hold it till he gets home because he can't use the bathroom there because he's so offended by the
Yeah.
jokes.
Uh,
So he's always going there.
I gotta
going like,
know more
and
about
Tim-
the
Go like,
Tim
would you
Si-
like a huge iced tea? And he's like, I really can't.
What are the jokes?
Well, the
though?
joke
Because,
is
you're
that
in
it-
this meeting, you can't just be like it's gender jokes.
well,
What
it's
are
like
the
it's like
jokes?
say it's like it's only one bathroom, you know what I mean? And you go in and it's solo and you lock it.
Okay.
But on the front it says all genders are welcome, but it's like yeah, duh. It's like anyone can just go in there. It's not like a man or it's not gendered. It's not a gendered bathroom. There's just one toilet, one urinal in there. So you go in and lock it, and then so we have a conversation about that. It's like yeah,
the front says all genders are welcome.
yeah, but then
and
it's
that's
only
a joke.
But it's
Yeah.
just a urinal. Inside.
yeah. This is the kind of stuff you're gonna get
It's
with this
very, it's very subdued joke.
I think it's funny.
Well, it is actually sort of Lynchian as well. And we were back around to some of this TM stuff.
It's so wait, it's
I think it's really good.
and you're upset about the joke.
Yeah, I'm just saying it doesn't make sense. It's like,
Oh my god,
Subdued is a good title too.
sub dude.
or maybe
Sup,
Tim
dude?
Tim sees it and his character's name is like Tim, and
We've been trying to get Kevin on something. Sorry, I'm just kind of hearing Kevin vibing with this,
Yeah.
and like, I don't like we're talking about assembling the crew, right? Like all we have is Tim Simons, who's not woke,
Mm-hmm.
and Conan, the barista.
And Tim has a conflict as well.
Yes, that's right. His
Yeah,
phone is.
we have to shoot him out. We're gonna have to shoot him out because if he's doing a second season of
Mhm.
Nobody Wants This,
We got to shoot Tim's coverage first, and then we have to write the scripts.
they do that for Gary Oldman on Slow Horses, so it can be done.
So you walk into the meeting, you go, "We're gonna slow horses this thing." Let me stop you. We're gonna slow horses.
We're doing
this thing.
horse hours.
and
on
keep
this.
in mind they actually don't know what I'm talking
I
about,
know.
and they don't know what's coming next. So to say we're going to slow horses them, this is a show that's won a award for writing,
And-
so they know this is about to be
And keep in mind the fundamental premise of your idea.
pretty similar.
Keep in mind.
It's actually similar.
Keep in mind exactly what you were saying. Keep in mind part of it. Okay, thanks. Will do.
Duh.
Fucking guy.
I'm selling this in the room.
If we have space for Kevin, for us, that could be meaningful. Because
Just
we
to
have been looking
kinda-
for something to kind of match Kevin up with and sort of dematch him from this.
Okay.
You know?
Well, maybe Kevin can play my character, and I can just be kind of like an ancillary, however you say that character on the show.
You're
Mhm.
okay.
I can play
It's-
like a different guy.
So we're still
It's-
having to
It's
come up with a
Incel
character.
Larry.
Oh, Incel Larry. That's a good actually character name for maybe the character I could be playing on the show.
And this is in the first version, or
Well, now
the
Kevin
character
is
that
going to
you're
play.
taking-
Kevin is going to be
gonna
with
play-
Tim now, and I'm going to be
maybe
Incel
we just
Larry.
had that character be Gavin.
Yeah,
Gavin.
or Kevin could maybe be like a
I think his name should
dog.
be Larry for what I'm working on. Which is Incel Larry, which is like a much darker version of Curb.
Mm,
Well, Gavin is going to play Incel Larry.
Yeah.
yeah, or maybe Kevin can, and he's Incel Larry, and that he's in a dog costume in my mind.
Okay.
He could be in a dog costume, but in my mind.
Are we gonna Wilbur this thing?
I don't know what that is. I don't know why.
That wasn't the
Wilfred?
comp you were thinking of?
No, I just
Is it Wilfred?
Wilbur.
Wilbur?
Wilbur's fine.
Just another
Everyone knows what
clean,
you go into a
original
meeting, you
idea.
say it's like Wilbur. Everyone is going to think about the dog costume.
We
I
gotta
don't know what that
Wilfred this
is.
Thing.
So you were just bringing up him wearing a dog costume
Having a dog
in
costume
your mind, and
was
you don't know
just-
about Wilbur?
It's probably before my time then. I didn't know. I thought it was original, clean idea. Maybe he could be a cat then if there's somebody already did that. Maybe somebody wants to be a cat. People like cats nowadays. People stay home more and more.
Yeah, I guess that's true. I guess that's happening. Ever since COVID, everyone's loving
And the show's
cats.
titled Untitled Gavin Matt's Project.
Yeah,
But now we have Kevin playing.
right. I'm kind of fifth on the call
Gavin.
Your
sheet
guy.
now. Yeah.
Okay.
But it's not untitled because I'm in the show. It's because I kind of do a little bit of all kinds of different things.
Just for set building and stuff, do the repo guys have, I mean, they're going to the Classic Cafe. Do they have
It's
Like
all
a-
on location.
like a home base? Jesus. Okay. Doesn't seem necessary at all.
Budget wise,
Yeah.
where does it film? Like, where do you see it? Just for production, like, are
Now,
we doing
can
this
I
thing
say-
in
just-
Canada? Is it
In a meeting,
That'd be nice.
is it Canada for Tehran?
Yeah, it's for Tehran.
if you have a meeting about this and they ask you a basic question like where's the show set, I think you should try to tilt your head to the side maybe 20 degrees less.
Ask me again. Where the show set?
Where is the show
Where's the
set?
show set?
That's right. Nice,
Yeah,
nice.
that's
Any
good.
major city?
Any
major
It could
city.
be any major city,
Okay.
but maybe any major secondary city, like a Chicago.
okay.
Austin,
And what is it about?
Boston? You say it like that too, like you're kind of unsure of what city. Like you've thought about it, but not completely.
Yeah, there's a vocal fry that only exists for city names. Austin.
Boston,
Okay.
London.
If you do London, I have a great character for you.
Okay. Well, we got to hear it at least.
I just have the name and their relationship.
Sherlock Holmes. If it's in London, I have an incredible character name for you, and I don't know what he does.
It should just be Sherlock.
That's good. Sherlock Holmes, and he's really good at like figuring out how to repossess something.
That's good. And
Sherlock Holmes is a repo man.
and often what they,
Why does he always have to be a fucking detective?
yeah,
This
that's
is
a good show.
That's a good idea.
He has like amazing powers of deduction, used for taking people's things.
He can figure out exactly where this person who's like delinquent on their payments is storing their stuff.
Yeah.
I feel like you guys are really coming around on.
You did nothing.
This-
We're not coming around to anything.
Kevin brought us Sherlock Holmes. I guess you brought us London.
He
as
brought
just
us.
in
No,
concept.
he
Sure.
didn't even bring London.
I'm here.
Someone
I'm
else said
bouncing
London.
these
Kevin
ideas.
said that he had a character idea. You said Sherlock Holmes,
Mhm.
and then someone else said Sherlock as a repo guy. That's
I think that was unfortunately Kevin.
But I. I mean, I'm just in the room. I'm kind of like an open book. You're bouncing any ideas off me. They're sticking, and then you know what I mean? This is what happens in those meetings. You wanted to know, and you've completely come around on me. At the beginning, you're like, "Who the fuck is this?" And now you're like,
now we
I was
have
"Let's
really
hang out a little
against
bit
this.
after this, maybe."
now we have a show that's like ready, like
From the comedian you could know, Vulture 2024,
Mhm.
from the insane mind.
Can you do so? Just as I've already seen you like process information, this is mainly what Sherlock Holmes does, and the head tilt thing.
Yeah.
We're not gonna be able to go in there with like we have Sherlock Holmes, and when he's trying to figure something out, he goes,
He goes, Austin.
So we're gonna need both hands, both hands
It's
on the
very
forehead,
painful for
kinda
Sherlock Holmes to
squeezing-
figure stuff out.
squeezing your head.
No, I really don't want to repossess people's stuff.
No, he's trying to figure out. It's him deducing information. He's not grappling with it.
Mm.
And he can be with like a Tim Simons type, I guess,
Yeah, he
who
plays
is
the
like
other.
Monk's friend, like
Mhm.
who's like
a little
God,
more normal.
can't live with him, can't live without him.
Yeah.
Boy, he sure is good at figuring stuff out.
And I
but
go,
I
sometimes-
hate talking to this
This
guy, and I hate
freaky
being around him.
genius.
Yeah,
So many ticks and bad habits, but at the end of the day, it's the only way we're gonna get back that precious doll collection.
And sometimes maybe I go, I love that guy, but he hates me.
Uh-huh.
you're Sherlock Holmes. Okay. Now they already did another Sherlock. They did little girl Sherlock Holmes.
They've done a few of them. That's Enola.
That's
Mm.
yes. And
No,
so we do have to figure out another name for. And this is kind of like
Hmm.
Can I pitch something?
Mm-hmm.
yeah, okay.
Big J Blokerson.
Oh my god. Was that the one you had before?
Yes.
Okay. I this isn't it, but just to get us rolling, because you wanted to do animal suits before, it could be Squirrellock Holmes.
Squirrel Lock Holmes. I was gonna say Steve Lock Holmes. Because it's like this is like an American.
And the squirrel is in my mind.
Yeah.
We have kind of gotten away from that.
But yeah, there's someone in a squirrel suit in your mind. And so that could be the
But
way
this
we
is like-
illustrate you figuring things out is the squirrel is like running and hitting different switches and things. Like we show them in basically like a maze that is representative of like your complex mind.
But this is like a blue collar Sherlock Holmes, right? So if we're staying on this, instead of going into your mind palace, you go into your mind trailer
Mhm.
Mm.
where
And it's filled with squirrels.
it's filled with squirrels.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In
Like
liver-
the
in, like-
Zodiac killer.
okay, and I'm kind of like, what's the accent?
I think we might.
I gotta crack the accent
What
for
do you
this guy,
have
too.
in the chamber?
Yeah, I want to play to your
nothing
strengths.
nothing
If we
I,
have
nothing
to-
I can really
Because
do.
you did come up with the one liner.
Yeah.
Nothing you can really do. You
Nothing-
have
nothing-
you
nothing
have
I can-
accents?
no, nothing
you
I can really do.
Nothing
on the
you could do
podcast,
on a
it's
podcast.
yeah.
Yeah, because you do want to
Got
get
it.
SNL ultimately.
Yeah,
Okay.
and the best way to get SNL
You don't wanna take the
is
shortcut
one
to-
particular podcast, one particular accent.
Right. That's right.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
All right. Well, it can't
I could
be
do some, like,
British.
Liverpool, like, you know what I mean? Something like that. I get a dialect coach, of course.
Mm-hmm.
And were you saying Liverpool?
Liverpool.
Yes. Liverpool.
We're the Beatles, love.
Okay. It's really good. The premise is really good. Repo guy Sherlock Holmes. He's like the blue-collar American Sherlock Holmes. He's a genius. He works with just kind of like a more everyday.
Yeah. And I go around and I'm like, give me
Type.
back that McLaren love.
It's starting to feel
We're gonna
sort of
have
like
to-
What?
Caribbean or something. Am I?
Oh my god.
Well, I spent
Even-
I spent a month in Jamaica.
Okay.
The character, not me. I've never been. But I wanted to add kind of depth, I guess, in the
Your
moment.
character spent a month in Jamaica and came back talking like that forever.
It comes out sometimes
Did Tim call back?
when he's upset. Give me back that McLaren love.
Oh my god. We have to go. We have to go. Bye.